Hello, sixth graders. We are starting Unit 2, and our first lesson is on powers and exponents. Learning target, I can write exponents as a product of factors. I can write a power in exponential form, and I can evaluate powers. So make sure that you have the unit and the title written down in your notebook. Okay, we have some new vocab here, so go ahead and draw this diagram in your notes, and then we're going to have some stuff that we're going to add to it. So the first one that I'm going to look at is powers. This is when we have something, a number that we are going to multiply many times over. So let's say we are going to take 4 and we wanted to multiply it 5 times. Instead of writing it out that way, we can write it with a power, something like 4 to the power of 5. Or 3 to the power of 2. Okay, so it's how many times we are multiplying a number over. Now coming off of that is exponent. The exponent tells us how many times we are going to multiply the number. So if we have 5 to the power of 3, the exponent is this number up above. If I have 4 to the power of 2, the exponent is this. That's telling us how many times we are multiplying the number. Now the base, coming over to this side, that same one, 5 to the power of 3, the base is the number that we are multiplying. So in this situation, we are taking 5 and multiplying it 3 times. Or if we have 4 to the power of 2, our base is 4, the number that's being multiplied over and over again. So those are base and exponents. Now factors are the numbers that are being multiplied together. So if we have 2 to the power of 3, the factors are 2 times 2 times 2, these numbers that are being multiplied together. Now squared, this is any time that we have a number where the exponent is 2. We can say squared instead of saying 5 to the power of 2, we could say 5 squared. Or 2 to the power of 2, we could say 2 squared. And cubed, if we think of a cube that's 3-dimensional, cubed is when the exponent is 3. So instead of saying 4 to the 3rd power, we could say 4 cubed. Or 8 to the power of 3, we would say 8 cubed. Okay, so let's go ahead and write down this subheading, write powers as products. And then I want you to write this problem down so that we know what we're doing. Write each power as a product of the same factor. So power, again, is the numbers with the exponents, product being multiplication, and same factor being the same number. So we want to write 7 to the power of 5 as a number being multiplied over. So if we're taking 7, that's our base, and we're multiplying it by the exponent 5, that's how many times we're multiplying it by itself, we would write it as 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. And that's our final answer. We are not evaluating. It doesn't say to solve it. We leave it just like that. So the next one, 3 to the power of 2, or 3 squared, would be 3 times 3. That's it. Pause, try these next 3 on your own. 6 to the power of 4, so we're taking 6 and multiplying it 4 times over. So we would write it out as 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. Again, it's not saying to multiply or evaluate. We just write it out like that. 1 to the power of 3, 1 times 1 times 1. And 9 to the power of 5, 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9. So we're taking 9 and we're multiplying it 5 times. That's what our exponent tells us. Okay, more vocab to write down, so pause and write this down. You can evaluate. Evaluate means to solve. Powers by multiplying the factors. Numbers written without exponents are in standard form. So have that all written down. Bold and underline our 2 keywords here. Evaluate and standard form. Okay, now that you have the vocab written down, the next subheading here, write powers in standard form and evaluate each expression. So this means we're actually going to solve it now. So 2 to the power of 5, first I'm going to write that out and see what that means. It does not mean 2 times 5. It means we're taking 2 and multiplying it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm not going to say, oh, that's 10. Let's see why not. So 2 times 2 is 4, and another 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 2 is 32. So 2 to the power of 5 is 32. It does not equal 10. Be very, very careful of that. Next one, 4 to the power of 3. Again, that's not 4 times 3. That means we are taking our base, 4, and multiplying it 3 times, which is what our exponent tells us. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then we have 16 times 4, which is 64. So 4 to the power of 3 is 64. Now pause and try these next 3 on your own. You're going to evaluate them. Okay, so 10 squared, or 10 to the power of 2, that means 10 times 10. We're multiplying it 2 times, which is 100. Next one, 7 to the power of 3, that would mean 7 times 7 times 7. We're taking our base and multiplying it 3 times over. So 7 times 7 is 49. And then we're going to do 49 times 7, which is 343. And the last one, 5 to the power of 4. Again, that's not 5 times 4. That means 5 4 times over. So 5 times 5 is 25. And another 5 times 5 is 25. Now we're going to multiply 25 times 25, which is 625. Okay, we've got more vocab. Pause and write this down. Numbers written with exponents are in exponential form. There's another vocab word, exponential form. So this is when we actually have the number written down with an exponent. So 5 to the power of 2, or 5 squared. That's an exponential form because it is written with an exponent. So another subheading, write numbers in exponential form. Write each product in exponential form. So we're kind of going backwards. Now we have the number written out in expanded form, and we're going to write it with exponents. So our base is the number that's being multiplied, which in this case is 3. And to figure out our exponent, we see, okay, how many times is it being multiplied? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 3 to the power of 4. Now I want you to pause and try these next 2 on your own, and then come back and watch. So we're taking 5 times 5 times 5, which is 3 times over, so our base would be 5, the number that's being multiplied, and it's being multiplied 3 times. And the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're taking 12, which would be our base, and we're multiplying it 6 times over. So 12 to the power of 6. Okay, that's our lesson on powers and exponents. Rewatch the video if you are a little stuck or confused. Make sure you have your notes for this video in class, so bring them with you. Put them in your backpack right now. And if you don't have notes, then that means you need to go back and rewatch and take notes.